Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today we're just going to be talking about the light Cowgirl. We're going to talk about her a little bit, her skills, what she might be good for and things like that. But basically, we're going to be testing her in Necro B10. But before we get into that, I feel like there's something that needs to be addressed. And what needs to be addressed is that light Cowgirl spam is unreal. It is 100% the worst possible spam that I've ever seen for any other dungeon, for any other monster on any other element ever. So she beats the light Inagami, the light Vagabond, everything. 100% the most spam. A lot of it has to do with the light paladin fusion materials coming out and her being the light monster that needs to be fused. So it makes sense, but also on top of that, she's actually a pretty decent monster. I haven't done a whole lot of testing myself personally, but I do want to bring her into Necro B10 because that's where I feel like she can really shine and do the most good for that specific monster. It's a really good free to play option is what I'm trying to get at. Slot 1 is that. Slot 2 is attack. 4 is crit damage, and 6 is attack as well. The main thing with Loren is I don't want her to be very fast because she doesn't need to be a necro. She also needs to do a lot of damage, a lot of crit rate, a lot of crit damage, and then her health. Personally, I feel like it's a little bit lacking, but she's an attack monster, so what can you really expect? Her accuracy is also a huge contributing factor to your necro team because she has this first skill, okay? So let's break it down a little bit of why she's good in Necro B10 as well. So she shoots 3 projectiles, with each projectile having a 30% chance to slow the attack speed for 2 turns. Anytime you slow the attack speed on the boss in Necro B10, you are gaining basically 2 turns to the boss's 1 turn, and you have such a higher chance to not only speed up your runs, but just a higher chance to finish the boss off in general. So secondly, the silver-plated bullet attacks the enemy 2 times with holy bullets and removes 1 harmful effect, disturbs HP recovery for 2 turns with a 50% chance for each attack. So really it's just another multi-hit skill, but then if you go to the passive here, it decreases the enemy's attack bar by 10% with each attack and weakens the defense for 1 turn with a 50% chance. So obviously we don't really need to reduce the attack bar. That's not something you can really do against the Necro boss. But what's nice about it is that you're always decreasing the defense. So on this skill, you're decreasing defense. This skill, you're decreasing defense. And you're also always putting another debuff on. So slow and harmful effect as far as the HP disruption goes. And then always the attack bar. Again, it doesn't really work on Necro, but it's still really nice to have for lots of other things. I may take Loren into Giants B10 and Dragons B10 if you guys want me to. Really, I'm just trying to get it so that way you guys can see, is this monster really worth building 100%, or should I just build one for the fusion? That's what I want to save you guys time on 6ing it or making sure that you guys do 6 it. I haven't really tried this team out yet, but I think it's going to work just fine. I have my Colleen, I also have my Xiaolin, and then I also have the two liches there, the water one and the wind one. So there's a lot of slows on turn 1. There's a lot of defense break. There's a lot of attack power, heals, and all that good stuff. So let's just go ahead and start it and see how we do. I also like the fact that the light Cowgirl has an attack power leader skill, because that's something that I always look for in a monster. I always like having attack power. I don't know why. Like crit rate's fine, speed's fine as well for different situations, but I think attack power, in my opinion, is the most universal for dungeon running specifically, because it just makes everything a lot quicker if you already have your monsters tuned with a lot of crit rate, because most of the time you do, because you're bringing them into arena anyway, like Lucian's for GB10 or something like that, for example. But so far, so good. Nothing too scary. I don't feel like it's going to fail. I almost am 100% sure this is not going to fail. But we are targeting the outside golem, so that might take us a little bit longer. The water lich was so kind as to take the defense break, so that way he can start tanking some of the attacks. I don't think he's going to... I thought he was going to stay alive, but apparently he's not. So unfortunately, this run may fail just based on the fact that the water lich has already died, because he's providing a whole lot of turns. He's providing a whole lot of multi-hits on the boss, and without that multi-hit, it's going to be really tough to finish this off. But we're going to restart it again in just a second if we do happen to lose. Again, this is the first ever time that I'm testing this, so just bear with me just a little bit. So if this doesn't work, though, I might actually switch in Lucian for Ling Li. Or not Ling Ling. The Xiaolin. I might switch in Lucian for Xiaolin. But we'll see how it goes. We already got the slowdown. That was a huge hit by Xiaolin. Down goes the light Cowgirl already. So we don't even have too much time to even think about what we're doing. We already have the light Cowgirl down. We also have the water lich down. And this might not be a very good team to run in Necro B10. So it's not really working out all that great. She's a little squishy, and the water lich went down super fast. Not getting any counters from my water lich, and I may not be able to do enough damage to finish it off. Plus, he's going to take out my Xiaolin here pretty soon if I don't do something about it. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's already GG. The fact that it's already taken us this long is something that we don't want to imitate this over and over and over again. So if this happened on our first run, chances of this happening again are pretty high. Of course, if this happened on your like 10th run or your 11th, 12th, something like that, most likely you can still run the team. It's just going to be, you know, just expect 1 out of 10 to kind of fail. But let's try it again. We're going to get rid of Xiaolin. We're going to move her over, and then we're going to throw in a Lucian. And this is my Lucian that I'm going to put in. So let's go ahead and hit OK. He is a slow Lucian. I don't know why you're asking about him. But yeah, he's a slow Lucian right there. So let's put him in. He's got the higher attack power leader skill, so I'll go ahead and use that. The only thing with the slow Lucian is he's going to be doing a lot more damage, which means he's going to be taking a lot more damage, which may not be great. If you guys haven't seen my Vampire Lucian NB10, you guys might want to check out that video. You can just search it in YouTube, but it's a really good video to watch because Lucian in Necro B10 on Vampire is actually really, really quick and easy for the runs. Because if you look at this now, Lucian is actually killing himself. He's doing so much damage that he's killing himself because he has so little HP. It's just eating away at it really, really quickly. But let's just forget about Lucian, okay? He's not the star of this video. We can kind of hone in a little bit more on the light Cowgirl. Again, she's dying really, really quickly. She doesn't have really any HP or any defense stats, so she's going to die really quickly. We might even be better off putting an HP 2 or 6 slot on her, to be honest with you. It might actually work better. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes out for right now. We got the slowdown, so that's always good to see. Now we don't need it from anybody else. She hit the slow again, so another turn on the slow. Lots of damage there from Lucian. Lots of damage from the Wind Lich. Not a huge enough heal from the Colleen, in my opinion, to really be very good or helpful because it only gave Lucian just a small portion back. The bad thing about having Wind Lich in your Necro B10 team is that if you guys get him stolen, like the boss just stole him, and then if you start to attack him, then you're decreasing your attack speed and you don't have any way to compensate against that. So you're basically just losing turns. So a minute 40 seconds, it's not horrible. It's not like I'm jumping for joy over it. And it's not really like my Cowgirl really was an MVP in this situation either. But I do want to try it one more time with a little bit different of a comp. I'm actually going to throw in Poorna instead of the Lucian. I'm going to throw in Poorna instead of Lucian. The reason why is because this will provide me a little bit more heals, but not really lose too much of the damage. Of course, on the waves, it'll be much slower using Poorna, but I think we should still be able to clear the waves fast enough where we're not going to notice that much of a difference, but then we will have just a little bit more of a consistent run without running the non-vampire Lucian as you guys just saw. The only problem with running Poorna in Necro B10 is, okay, the nice thing is you get the big ol' attack power leader skill. The not so nice thing is that you get, you have to kill him twice if he gets stolen. So you just gotta hope that he doesn't do as much damage on the boss as everybody else and he doesn't get stolen. But it does seem like the dark monsters are going after the Cowgirl a little bit more. Even though it's supposed to not go after like elemental advantages or anything like that, but it looks like they're always going after the Cowgirl. Just seems that way. Any chance they get, they're going after the Cowgirl. But okay, so we landed the slow first turn. Always what you're looking for, really. I have Cowgirl going pretty much after everybody, so that way she can land another slow, another defense break, whatever she needs to land, but she's going after everybody for the most part. You can see here, just the turn order is super important in Necro B10 as well, that a lot of people don't realize how important it is. So he stole my Lich, but we should be able to get him back quick enough. Okay, pretty easy. Only took the slow on Colleen and Poorna. And we're able to take it down the rest of the way with the Wind Lich there. So 146, not too much difference. It was 6 seconds slower than my first run with the Lucian. A little bit more free to play. Not everybody has Poorna. I understand that. But the overall, I think the light Cowgirl, Colleen, double Lich combo is a good combo. I don't think it's the best, but I think it is a good combination. Judging by her performance there, she's not game-changing. I do have a lot of good runes that were placed on Loren just for Necro B10, but I feel like she was a little underwhelming in her performance and how she actually handled herself, how she was holding up survivability-wise. Just wasn't like as much as I wanted it to be. I wanted to be excited about it. I wanted to be like, guys, you absolutely have to farm like Cowgirl to pass a free-to-play Necro B10 stage on fully auto. Unfortunately, that's not the case. She does have a lot of the good abilities, though, so she's definitely still a good choice, but not like super game-changing where she's going to take 20, 40, a minute off your run completely just by having the light Cowgirl, because I feel like there are still other options out there that are better, that are still fairly free to play. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it for today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join the soup. If you like this video or if it helped you out in any way, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And as always, stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. What's going on, soup? It's Claytano. Be sure to subscribe for more content every single day. If you missed yesterday's video, you can check it out here and subscribe to my vlog channel for behind the scenes footage of my life. If you want to stay connected with me personally, go ahead and hit me up on any social media platform at Claytano, and I will see you guys tomorrow.